Okay, says I'm live. Hopefully, I'm live. Hello, everybody, and let's just get this out of the way. Happy New Year! Everyone says it. We already covered it. It's January 1st, 2024. We're good. Now what? Now we can talk watches. We got a few people rolling in. Kevin Hawthorne's here. Nate Dogg's here. Kansas City Tim is here. Fedora Gent. Curtis AZ. Just name dropping here. My buddy Todd. Ginger Down Under's here. Celine Driver's here. Aaron's Watches. I'll probably miss a few people. I'm sorry, guys. Eric is here. Aaron's Watches already mentioned. YZ80. Chris is here. Jody's here. Michael O'Neill. Javier. Mark is checking in from the Baltimore area. Slop John B is here. Thanks, everyone, for joining. I know I haven't done a live stream in a while. And we'll cover some of that stuff later on in the chat. Cordell's here. Yeah. I want to time out orange camo. Dane says he wants to time out the orange camo. Man, I was shopping for clothes earlier, and I was trying to find some orange camo clothes. Maybe I could wear it down to Florida or something just to meet up with you. I dig orange camo, man. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's a phase, and I'll grow out of it. But for right now, I'm digging it. Mr. Josh is checking in. Bean Boy's here. Nate Dogg says, thumbs up, guys. Let's get Rob paid. Oh, man. Rob could actually use a little bit of money. No kidding. Yeah, some unexpected expenditures towards the end of the year. And incomes are down, but, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's dealing with that crap. So, oh, man. I have a few things I want to talk about, but I'm kind of waiting for people to roll in because we're at like 60 people right now, which is good. Camo face paint, says Mike. Tennessee Mike says camo face paint. That's only for like my war paint, right? I'm drinking water. So, yeah. No tea tonight. Just drinking water. Trying to get a little bit healthier. Not part of a New Year's resolution or anything. It's just part of something I need to do. Michael Hargis is checking in. Let's see. Javier says, by the way, Rob, would it be wiser to collect a few but much more expensive watches or a lot of micro brands? Well, that is a question for the ages. And we're going to cover some of that in today's live chat, but only you can answer that question. I've done both. Many people that I talk to have done both, are doing both, or, switched from one to the other and then back again. There's no rules to this. And that's why I labeled this Monday live chat, Stop Being Comfortable. I think it's more important to challenge yourself, challenge your beliefs, challenge what you think you like, what you think you don't like. I mean, I'm not asking Celine Driver Dane to go get an orange camo FKM rubber strap. He clearly doesn't like them. I'm not saying that. Like I hate onions. I'm not going to go eat an onion. Not going to happen. So, but I think rather than putting yourself in a corner or in a box with saying, well, I want to push higher into luxury watches only. But then when a San Martin comes out, like I showed today on the unboxing, and you're like, dang, that's a really good looking watch. I want to try it. Why hold yourself back? Buy it. Try it. Check it out. Who cares? There's no rules to this, guys. There's no rules to life. So I think just do whatever you want to do. And these are just watches. Don't forget that. These are just watches. Yeah. Eric, I mean, if you really want to condense it down to one sentence, collect what you like and can afford. That's really, Eric, just simplified it. I could make a 10-minute long video explaining that, but really it's reduced to that one sentence. That's as simple as you can get it. Eric just did it. That's about as few words as you could do it in. So, yeah, no rules at all. No rules. Well, and see, Tim's doing this right now. So, for example, he's starting off the year, and no one's going to hold him to this. So, except for Tim, and if Tim doesn't want to adhere to this later on, then it's Tim's rules. New 2024 watch plan, more quality, less quantity. So Tim has a lot of watches. He's built a lot of watches. He's bought a lot of watches. He's sold a lot of watches, and I'm sure he'll sell a lot more watches. And maybe he'll move upscale, and then he's got to do that, and maybe he'll come back down. But that's his journey. That's Tim's journey. Let's see. Long Island John is here. Yeah. Chris says it's a cyclical process. Most of us, um, you know, just we go back and forth, and it might happen all within an hour. Like again, there's no rules. Like I might look at a gold Omega or something, and then immediately after go look at a Long Island watch, which I'm wearing the I get backwards here, Island watch. I'm repping his shirt right now. So see, Dane sticks to the game plan here. Dane has focused for years. He says, my 2024 plan is more Zelos. He's locked into that. He's got it covered. Dwight's checking in. Hey, Dwight, I'm going to be out in your neighborhood in a few days. So I'll send you an email. But I'll probably stop by Mimo's actually on Saturday midday around lunch or something. Maybe we can meet up. Hope to see you there. Let's see. Do what makes you happy, says Stuart. Dana's totally here. Tim says he was able to snag one of those new Aventurine dials from Zelos on pre-order last week. Long Island John says, I went quality over quantity last year, then went for more quantity of quality. There you go. So that's how it goes. You just do whatever the heck you want. That's how it goes. What is my plan right now? I mean, most of you guys probably watched my State of the Collection, or State of the Chaos, rather. It's very eclectic. And quite frankly, I'm in a different position. Just like I say on some of my videos when I show a lot of watches, don't try to emulate what I'm doing necessarily, because I'm living in like a fantasy land. It's not really real what I'm doing. When I show a watch every day on video, that's ridiculous. That's not a pace that 99% of the people can, adhere to. So it's not realistic. I get a lot of watches sent by brands from authorized dealers. I get watches given to me by brands and sometimes authorized dealers, and from individuals. I get discounts occasionally. I get, then I add in some impulse buys. Usually my impulse buys are on the more affordable side. I impulse bought this watch. Let me show you this. I don't know if that right there. The Fossil Mickey Mouse automatic. I got an email from Fossil, and it was like a discount. I thought I was going to save like $25. I went to the website. I knew I wanted the watch for a while since the Worn & Won wind up New York. And I went to the website and I was getting ready to apply a discount. Discount never popped up. And the next thing I knew is like order confirmation. I'm like, oh, I guess I clicked one too many buttons and then a couple days later, the watch showed up. So I'm not mad. I mean, it would have been nice to save that $25, but also who cares? Let's see. Long Island John. Rob, any change for how you'll run your rotation in 2024? 3-day rotation or something else? Oh man, I am so messed up right now with rotation. Yeah, I think traditionally 3 days I'll put a watch on. Usually it's 3 days that I'm very comfortable. And then I'm ready to switch up again. I think that's a solid way for me to continue. I do like that. But again, no rules. I might wear a watch one day and then switch, and then wear that one for 4 or 5 days and then switch or something. But on the average, it's usually 3 days. So I'm happy with that. I've established that long on. That's just long ago. That's just how it runs. But I am going to sell. I'm going to sell a bunch of watches here. I have a bunch of watches sent in from other people to sell, and then I have some that I'm going to sell. And I'm going to sell my watches like probably cheap enough where people are going to go like that's just ridiculous, and they're just. But that's how I am. I'll just move them because they're dead to me. So I don't know when that's going to happen. Sometime in the new year. It might be springtime. I don't know. It's not going to be anytime soon. I got to clean up shop here. I got to get these ones sold back here that are from other people sent in. Once that's established, then I can move mine. Uh, I am at the lowest point right now with. Let me answer another question here. Tim goes, "How do you like that Mickey?" I opened the Mickey Mouse watch this morning. I did record an unboxing. I need to process that video, and I wore it all day today. Absolutely love it. It is on the smaller side. It has like a shorter lug to lug, but I think it's awesome. And I think Fossil nailed it. I think it's super cool. I love it. No regrets. No regrets. That's the other thing. Stop being comfortable and have no regrets. So, what was I talking about? I was talking about something. I'll probably circle back to it. Chris from the Watch Lounge is here. Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year. Let's see. What is this? Talking about Fossil, what do you think about the Fossil S Plus Arc O-ring watch? It's pretty hard to find, but looks very interesting. I don't know anything about it. Maybe I'll look it up later. There's public domain today. Ooh, what is this? Oh, Tennessee Mike. Getting a little plug in there for the Discord. I forget about that. Tennessee Mike has got my back. Tennessee, Mike says, good reason to join Discord. Access to deals before they hit main channel. That is true. Like all these watches that I'm going to sell at like ridiculous. I mean, when I say ridiculous, for example, like I have two Unimatics and they're both, like 12, 13, $1,400 watches or whatever. I'll probably throw them up for like $500 each. Just stuff like that. And then like the Sugis watches that I have over there, they're normally like 100 and something. I'll probably sell them for like $50 each. Like it'll be like less than 50% off is what I typically will sell my watches at. Just so you guys have some sort of idea. This watch here, Randy says, Rob, have you seen or have thoughts on the Vinicio Ultra Black release recently? I did a video on it. I've already posted it. Randy, definitely go check out. Not that long ago, at least within 30 days, I've released that video of that watch. I have it. Let me grab it. I don't know where it's at. Let me grab it. Oh, it's right here. So I have the watch right here, Randy. So it's pretty dang cool. I mean, it's a little hard to read, maybe, but it's a really cool watch. I think you'll like it. Let's see. And then Bean Boy says the original 1928 Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie enters public domain today. That's interesting. So we'll probably see some more stuff with that design or character. Right here, Nate Dog says, your watch reminds me, my wife wore a Goofy watch back in high school. I think I have an old school Goofy watch laying around, Nate Dog. I can't remember where, but I have the same thing. Like I know my parents, when we went to Disney, they bought watches. Like there's some pretty cool stuff. Yeah, and that Ultra Black does remind kind of like an old school Movado. It's actually a little bit cooler than that, which Movado has some cool stuff coming out too. I think they're doing some cool stuff. And let's see. I don't remember what I was rambling about before I got sidetracked. Yeah, Dane says that's kind of like a homage watch to the H. Mosier Ultra Black that his dad wanted. That's where it's got its inspiration from, truly, for sure. 75 people. Ultra Black I ordered is you got the dye version. Yeah, that one is actually a little cooler. I did see a lot of pictures of that one, Randy. I agree. That one is actually cooler looking than that one because it adds a level of like more masculine, sporty-ish vibe to it versus the more dress looking one. Am I going to review the Marine Master SJE099? Is it out already? SJE099. Yeah, I'll probably, let me screen share this. This is what he's asking about. Screen share, window, this one, share. So this is the one that ND is asking about. Yeah, so that's a really terrible picture. I don't know why that's such a bad picture right on their website, but you can tell they did some improvements on it. So I will do a video on this. It's, an April 2024 release, so it's going to be a while before it comes out. But when that one does come out, in Exquisite Timepieces probably gets it. That's when I'll do the video on it. So that will happen. I just read another comment. Ginger Down Under. This one I did see today as well. I don't know if it's on their website. Oleg. Why do I not remember how to spell Oleg? It was on the Instagram. I don't know if it's on their, because it's not out yet. Yeah, see, it's not going to be on here. Shoot. And there's only like 56 of them. I don't know how to find it. I think I can go to can I go to Instagram? I know it's on their Instagram. Yeah, this guy right here. So this one right here is what Ginger Down Under is talking about. And it's pretty epically cool. I think it looks great. I noticed that I was out and about today, running around, hanging out with the wife, and that thing, it looks cool. But like, I think, yeah, 56. It says initially, so they might make more. That's only initially. Yeah, it's not on the website yet. But yeah, this thing looks cool. I dig it. And the price it's up there for a lot of people. Basically 1,300 Swiss francs, whatever that converts to. It's a B52 on the dial. So, and they'll make more. It's an Air Force B52, 56 numbered initially. I'm not going to go buy it. I like the way it looks, but it's not something I'm going to go jump on. I think with the B52 being on there and the hands and everything, it's just a little disorienting to me, if that makes sense. Okay, Stuart says he's got a let's go back here. See if I can find this. SBSC. Oh yeah, this guy. Is that the one? Yeah. These will be out in the States too, I think. Yeah, that's hot. That's pretty cool. That's a definite good buy right there. I mean, it's a Seiko Explorer. How can you go wrong? That's perfect. It'll be released on January 12th. They'll sell out fast. That's really cool. If I want to get one, and maybe I will, for $400, I'll probably get one in for video. I don't know if I'll get that color. What other colors do they have? Black on black. Yeah, I'd probably go with the white one. I think that would be the way to go. Yeah, Mike, I can do that. Let me switch back to this, and then we'll grab. I did take a closer look at these bracelets, Mike, and this isn't going to be the best place to do it. They're probably made in the same place, but they're definitely different. The San Martin has more taper, but they're very similar. And Oleg and Waz did say that their bracelets are made in China, so that's no secret. They're at the bare minimum, they're very similar. But the Oleg and Waz, it's really close. It's really close. I think the Oleg and Waz might have a little bit more material to it, not much. He will break it if he does it live. I just did it live. We're live right now. Aren't you supposed to be taking a nap anyway, Joe? Didn't you just do a long day of driving? What did Tim say? That new Seiko, well, so much for no more watches for a while. Oh yeah, for sure. Todd, 100%. It's crazy that San Martin can spec those watches like they do, and luxury brands refuse to create quick adjust bracelets. It's slowly happening. I wouldn't say San Martin is necessary. I mean, it's cool to see these brands do this and the fun colorways and stuff like that, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a San Martin. It's still like a affordable entry level. Like now, could they make a more premium watch and either rebrand it or augment their brand with a more premium line and have a higher price and give you like levels of quality of like some of the higher brands? Maybe, but they won't because their bread and butter is just affordable, good watches. So and the more you see these things, the more you realize that they're all coming from the near similar factories and stuff. There's a lot of similarities, but there's maybe a little bit more refinement within even the same manufacturing lines. It's not like they're getting the exact same product when you handle the watch. So, okay, let's see. Get rid of that. Where are we at here? I had a bunch of things I was going to talk about. Paul's here. Hey, Paul, I have your watches actually on the table to the left of the stand there. On the stand is the Random Rob Notice Deep. Hey, Larry C's here. Thanks for joining us. This guy right here, I don't know. Hopefully you guys bought this. This one is actually Tennessee Mike's. I'm going to send it out probably tomorrow. But I am like extremely happy with the way this thing turned out. Like beyond happy. This is that's a very special watch for sure. Notice crushed it on that one. Where is your Notice Deep? Well, it's not that one. That one's going to Tennessee Mike. That's number 3. But they're going to start shipping them soon. I imagine I'll talk to Wes. They'll probably start shipping them maybe this week. And then of course everybody that's going to the California Notice Random Rob meetup in Long Beach, California, will get ours there. There's no sense in shipping them, even though they probably still charge you the $10 shipping. Sam's dad says, "Hey Rob, what do you think about the Tudor Black Bay GMT two-tone?" Absolutely love that watch. My rich friend Todd, who's in the chat, he actually has one of those. So we can go take a look at that real quick. If you would like to take a look at it, we can do that. We're not going to remove that. We're going to go like this. And then we're going to close this. And then we're going to go, would you like to subscribe? No, we're not going to subscribe. I just like cookies. I'm not going to subscribe. And then we got to go find, where's GMT? And then the two-tone, this guy. That's a great looking watch. Yeah, Todd's right there. So Todd has one of these. He's my rich friend. What more do you want? It's gold. It's see, Todd's wearing it right now. And it was a birthday present for himself when he bought it. Like it was a special purchase and everything. And when you do, maybe it's just me and not everyone's going to think this way, but when you do gold or two-tone or something like that, maybe do tie it a little bit to a special occasion. to a birthday or an anniversary or some sort of celebration. I think it would help make it a little bit more special. The watch is great, though. The watch is great. Tim says, I demand Random Rob notice number 2. I mean, it should be number 1, but I guess Rob. Well, I have number 1, and my son is getting number 2, and Mike is getting number 3. Wes has the proof, so everything after that is whoever buys whatever. So, but I picked up one for my son, and then I got Tennessee Mike one. So, I'm not a multimillionaire playboy like Calico Basin. That is true. That is true. Calico Basin says he's locked up number 007, 1369, and 100. That's pretty impressive. Dane says he wants number 10. You guys got to get a hold of Wes on this stuff, not me. I secured one buddy at number 32. I made sure he got that, but other than that, it's a free for all, man. I don't know who's going to get what. And actually, it's on their website now too. We can go look at it because I think there might be a few left. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, it's right there. Can we still add to cart? You can still add to cart. There's still some left. I really thought they'd be sold out. $600. I know in the comments people are like, "Yeah, $600 is a lot of money for an NH movement." You guys are out of your mind. Some of the people that comment that stuff are just bonkers. So, yeah, there it is right there. There's probably a few left. There can't be very many left. I know that. I haven't talked to Wes in a couple of days though. So a weird time of year to probably launch something like that too. Why did I go with Chris? I went with left-hand drive because that's the side of the car you drive on in a car. I mean, unless you go with a Japanese, like an import or something like that, then it's right-hand drive. I feel like left-hand. I don't know. It's just like this current obsession I have, just like the orange camo. I have like a sub collection of Destro divers going on right now. I just not all of them are divers either. I have one chronograph, but I just like left-hand drive watches right now. So I don't know. No other reason than that, because could have just as easily made it the right-hand crown, but I didn't want it to be. I wanted no date, orange, left-hand crown, and I wanted brushed and polished. And notice did exactly what I asked him to do. 100% nailed it. Oh, Tim's trying to be funny. I was going to get the Random Rob notice, but found out that San Martin is making a homage of it next month. Wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me one bit. Yeah, exactly. Anonymous watch guy. People comment that $600 is a lot for an NH movement watch because like San Martin with other specs for like $300. They don't understand the difference between a micro and a Chinese factory brand. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different reasons. So Kevy's Garage says right-hand drive is man. Yeah, that was a little car plug there for sure. For sure. Kevin's local to me. We've hung out a few times, and he's got some right-hand drive JDM cars, Skylines actually. So Tennessee Mike says you can add 39 to cart, so it looks like that many left. Well, you didn't hit buy after you added the 39, Mike. So I think you could have just easily have done that. So there's a few left if somebody want to buy them. Oh, the orange, but I need a date. Well, Michael, if you stick around, I'm sure Notice is going to do a date model. I know for a fact they're going to do a date orange, but it's not going to be the brushed and polished case like this. And I'm not sure if they're doing left hand or right hand crown. I'm not sure. They might do both. I don't know. But I've already seen the dials. I know they're going to do a date. I think at least a few of them because I've already seen some dials. Yes, that also did open today. You're right. So they're doing a lot of because it's right here. That's a good looking watch too. That is a good looking watch, and it's also they're doing 200 pieces. And how much is this one? $11.99. So a little bit more money, but I think did they do a Swiss movement? Oh, okay, so they have a different movement in it though. They have the G101 68-hour power reserve. Tire quick release spring bars. So a little bit more money, 200 of those. I like all the limited editions and collabs and everything. I'm really digging it. Let's see. Reading some comments. Brave Sailor just signed in. Can't remember what day it is. 100 people in the chat. Finally got up there. What else can we look at? I'm like burned out already. It has been so long. I have not made a video in a long time. I'm down to like, let me switch the screen here. I'm down to like, we can look at other watches too if you guys want. I'm down to like 4 videos left to post. I've just been dealing with a lot of things at home and stuff. So tomorrow I'm hoping I'll make like 4 or 5 videos because I got tomorrow off from work. Sam says the other one may be orange, but yours is a deep diver. That is true. But they're trying to capture different. I think the Matt Farah one, I think they're trying to catch like the orange of like a good sunset or something like that. Yeah, I'm not going to do the ding ding watch right now. Sorry, Calico. Evan says, are Captain Willards really worth the extra cash? Are you talking about the SLA ones, the premium ones? Because those are really nice. But even the regular Captain Willards, or I guess that's what we're calling them, the more affordable ones with the 6Rs, those aren't really that much more. They're like $1,200-1,300 or something like that. Those are good. Cordell says, what are your 2024 goals? Goals, I have goals as a person. I have goals with the channel, and I have watch goals. If you're talking about watch goals, I don't have any particular watch that I'm after. I am going to focus more on orange dial and white dial watches, if that's maybe what you're asking. But other than that, I'm going to show a lot of watches. Just a lot of watches. Watches every day. And I'll probably switch up a little bit with the channel too, because I say watches every day, but I'll talk about watches every day, but I might not show a new watch every day like I have for the last 4 years or whatever. I'll probably switch over to some topic videos a little bit. Like I got a couple written down even on my board. Like one of my topics for a video, and somebody can steal it or whatever if you want, but it's called "No One Cares About Your Watch." That's one of my topics. I've written it down like probably a year ago, and I haven't even made the video yet. So that's a video topic. No one cares about your watch. You're the only one that cares about it. And then maybe some other guy. Are you trying to impress other guys, I guess? I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't make any sense. Tim says 100,000 subs is coming by June, Rob. I don't think so. Not at the rate I'm going. The subscriber rate has slowed way down. My incomes went down for monetization and everything. So it's all way slower, other than a mugger. Also true, Eric. Eric is shining some truth down on us today. The muggers, the criminals out there, also do care what watch you're wearing. That is true. Watches every day. There you go. Oh, what's this? Lose track of time. When did you start your Patreon group and Discord? Originally, I did start. It's been a few years, but I did start Patreon. But once I realized that the actual Patreon, the way that website works, is great for a lot of content creators that just want to allow access for anyone to contribute to their creativity, their content creating. That's not really what my goal was. I wanted to build a community, and Patreon doesn't really assist me with building a tight knit community. And so I broke free of that and took it in house. So that's when I just created the Discord and took it in house, and I have admins that help me, like Tennessee Mike and Fedora Gent and John Page and even Calico Basin. Um, so yeah, Tennessee Mike says maybe early 2020 was Patreon, and then I switched. I only ran that for so long, and then I switched because I quickly realized that it was not going to be good. Let's see. Yeah, there's some weird chat going on here. Let's see. So yeah, I think it works better now. We have a nice tight community. I think I mean, for example, we can go, I'll show you. Like if we go over to the Discord, which is right here, I pretty much always have it open. In the main chat, like Tim, who's in the chat, he's posted up themes of the week, like tomorrow's back to work blues. So tomorrow you're supposed to wear a blue dial watch. You know, today that's why I wore my Mickey watch, because wear your newest watch. I literally had to open this watch today. So, but I forget how many people we have. Actually, we can go, here's our member list. So we have 124 founder members, and I'm slowly trying to get coins out to you guys. I'm going to start shipping them independently. I was shipping them in watch boxes, but I'll start shipping them independently. And then of course I'll bring some out to California. So like Tim, he'll get his in California, or whoever's meeting me out there. But yeah, there's the list of all the founder members. We're at 124. I think we're accurate with this list. Will Carey just joined in. Let's see. Ray J says Happy New Year to everyone. And then we have a few of the co-founders list. I'm capping the co-founders at 50. We're at 10 right now. So that's 75 a year. The founders is 150. But that's where we're at on that. I think Tennessee Mike is saying that is accurate. There's Tennessee Mike wearing the Visitor Orange on the orange camo. I really like that as well. That's one of my favorite watches. Claw Parker's rocking some G-Shock and getting some Korean barbecue. That looks yummy. I'm not going to show you the state of the collection because one of my favorite members just posted up his whole collection, and I'm not showing you guys that. It's pretty insane. But here's some cool stuff. I think I can show you guys. I don't remember who started this. Maybe you guys will chime in the chat. But there's 2 strap trains. You see where it says strap train? So this is much like the watch tours, but instead there's a box full of miscellaneous straps. We all have miscellaneous straps laying around. Well, somebody had the idea and said, why don't we bundle up all our straps and we'll start shipping them, and everybody along the way, you can add straps, you can take a few straps, whatever works for you, and then send it to the next person. So that's what's happening here. So you're supposed to like label, what you took. So like Tuna right here, he wrote, he took these straps and then he put these straps in. So this is the other problem. He took 1, 2, 3, he took 6 and he put like 9 or 8 or whatever back in. So the train doesn't always shrink. It sometimes grows. And that's just one. They had to split it because it got too carried away. So there's 2 trains now. So there's this one, the same thing. He took 6 and put in, 10 or 9 or whatever. So, and some of them are probably rubbish. I don't want people putting rubbish straps in there. Those look like they're fine. They're totally wearable. So pretty fun, pretty cool thing to do. On top of Fedora Jet says when he gets to him, he's putting 12 NATOs in there. So, and if you love NATOs, then you can just snag them. But these other tours are going on. The Sea Stern Skin Diver. There's some questions going back and forth here asking about half links. I don't think it does have half links. I haven't seen the watch in so long. But there's an Anonymous Watch guy showing some pictures. He's big time into Grinch. You can see Grinch in the background there. He's got a YouTube channel too. This one's on tour. This is, I think this used to be the FN tour, I thought, but put me down. Yeah, that was a little fun little thing we did. Let's see what else. The Nezumi's on tour. Looks like John Page has it right now. That one's pretty cool. Is that the end of the tour? That might be the end of the tour. This one, oh, I don't want to show addresses. Borealis, that's on tour. That's on tour. Some of these probably need to get moved. Okay, this one, there's no pictures of it yet. Devosa, that's on tour. Looks like Nitmo has it right now. Or it's being sent to Stewart. Draken is out there. I don't see any pictures of that one. Islander JFK, that's out there right there. Curtis AZ has that. So, and I'm going to probably launch quite a few more tours here soon, because that's how many. I usually have like way more tours going than this. I've just been super busy with some other stuff. So there's a watch fast challenge going. Oh, are you guys doing the 30-day challenge? Is that what you guys decided on? It was a little of both. I think you guys decided on a 30-day challenge, didn't you? So this is another thread, the Watch Fast Challenge. A lot of times they'll just do a 30-day challenge. You got to wear the same watch for like 30 days and just post pictures of it every day. I think. I don't know if that's what they're doing on this challenge. So pretty cool stuff. We have fun on Discord. Here we go. Paul says, can you talk about any new microbrand watches you are excited about releasing soon? I don't, you know what? I kind of don't have well, that's not true. Vero's coming out with something soon that I really want. There was quite a few watches that are being released after the new year. But I don't have details on all of them. I know the Vero one for sure. I definitely want that. I need to reach out to them to make sure I'm still on the list, because there's only going to be so many of those. What else is there? We have two Nate dogs in the chat. We got there's two Nate dogs. That's crazy. What other? I know there's more watches. I just, Paul, I haven't really been paying attention to it too much. Oh, Dryden has a new model. Actually, I have them. I have the new models right here. I just haven't opened them yet. I also have some new models from this brand. I can't really show you the address. I forget what brand it is, but they're in there too. I still need to open those. Looks like a lot of watches in that box. There should be a few watches. I really don't know until I open it. When I do those unboxings, I mean, that's like, I label it so you guys know what is in the box. But when I'm actually doing the unboxing and recording it, I don't really know what's in the box. So that's my real response to the unboxing. So I'll be recording those tomorrow. There's other. I'm trying to think of what other watches. Beyond the watches, there's always going to be more watches coming out, new models and stuff, or new colorways. That's always exciting. But there's also some exciting news within the watch community as far as positioning and stuff. There's going to be some, I know for a fact, some exciting things happening for 2024 from brands and shows and their level of commitment and all of that stuff. So I'm actually more excited about that part of the hobby for 2024. The watch models and the colorways, those are always going to happen. So you can just take those as they come. I think early on, right out of the gate, 2024, you're going to see some things shake up a little bit, and I'm excited about that. Because that's what, honestly, depending on what happens with a lot of these watch brands and the industry and everything like that, 2024 could be a really rough year for some, and it could be a great year for some. So, any Sunday drive video, I 100% need to bring that back. Ginger Down Under. I did a long drive today with the wife. I didn't record any of it, but that felt really good. I'm even toying with the idea of maybe selling my Civic Si that I have now and going a, I don't want to say a different route, but going more OG. I've been really obsessing about some of the older cars that I used to once enjoy, and there's some really good examples out there. It's probably going to piss off a few people because if I do it, I'm just going to use the car as if it's a car, not try to save it like a lot of people will in these days. Cars are temporary. Everything in life is temporary. So I'm not interested in saving something to make it last and not use it. So if I purchase something, I'm definitely going to use it. The Super Cub is more than likely going to get sold. I really don't see me keeping that and riding that. I just don't have time to do that. And if I'm going to spend time in a motorized vehicle, I want something that I'm going to enjoy more. And I really don't think I'm going to enjoy that. Am I getting it? It would be, yeah, it would be another Honda, but it wouldn't. I don't know that I'm not gonna buy like a JDM import. I'm not interested in having a right-hand drive. So let's see, Seiko GMT green. 55 mile an hour is fast with the wind through here. I know. I do agree that. I do agree with that. So this is the other thing, Tim. Like I have owned an NSX. It was broken, and I didn't get really to drive it. And I'm definitely not getting a Mustang. I'm not interested in a muscle car, and I'm not interested in an expensive or exotic car. So I would only be interested in slow car fast. That's where my true passion is. That's what I've always loved is slow car fast. So status on the Carbon Square purchase. I decided not to purchase it right now, and I'm not sure that I will. I did send that back to Mimo. That was a watch that he had loaned in for me to video. Currently, I think I'm gonna enter into more of a collection reduction, so I'll probably sell quite a few of my watches, and then there are some watches that I have on a short list that I'll hopefully pick up. I think that's potentially part of the plan. And you can look forward to them pretty much all being orange or white dial. And no, I don't think that Carbon Square. Lou says, I don't think it's a scratch magnet. I didn't test that. I don't know how I would, but I don't think it is, but it could, I suppose. Sam's dad says, Rob just said Miata. There's a strong possibility that a Miata would be in my future as well. Part of going with the slow car fast logic would be that I would probably have a few of them potentially. Tim says, Mimo have some crazy deals for us on Saturday. Please say no. If we're in person and you're looking at a watch at Mimo's, you're going to get a deal. Definitely, Tim. Like if I'm there with you and we're at Mimo's, if you're in the Long Beach area on Saturday, like midday, 2-ish or something like that, swing by Mimo's. I'll probably be there. And if there's a watch you want, you're probably going to get a killer deal. All right. Try to read some comments here. Nate Dogg says he's in a holding pattern. I don't know about that. Holding patterns are a waste of time. How do you like that San Martin? It's pretty cool. I haven't sized it yet. I need to size it and wear it, but initial look at it, it looks really good. I wish the hour and minute hand maybe were a touch longer, but they do look really good. ND Miata, also maybe BRZ. I love the BRZ, that whole line and everything. I can't get over the fact that it has the flat 4 in it. I can't do it. ND is good. I would go ND, maybe NC, depending on budget. ND is a little bit higher for me. So Brave Sailor with a $2 here super chat. Thank you very much. Do you still have the Hamilton Khaki Expedition? Brave, I'm sorry, I forgot. I know we did talk about that. I did send it back, but we're gonna be there Saturday. We'll still take care of it. I I just had so much crap going on. You know what I had going on. When's the Notice meetup? Well, so Dwight, the Notice meetup is Saturday, but it's exclusive to the people that have purchased the Notice Random Rob Deep. So if you did purchase that, Dwight, I can get you that information. Or if you're looking to purchase that, do it, and then I'll get you the information of where we're doing that meetup. So, shockingly, Tim, I have never owned a CRX. I can't even count how many Hondas, EFs, the hatchback, the sedan, EGs, the hatch, the coupe, the sedan. I've owned all those. In the EKs, I've owned the hatch, the coupe, the sedan. Actually, back to the EFs, I've owned multiple Wago vans, all-wheel drive and two-wheel drive. I've owned them all. So those are cool cars too. And all those cars are like going up in value. If you have like clean, good ones, it's pretty crazy. They're all going up. The TSI. Hey, Brew Watch is here. Thanks for joining us. What about a Prelude? I've never owned a Prelude either. Never had a Prelude. Just haven't really been into them. I've owned some Accords and stuff, but never a Prelude. Nate Dogg's kind of tall, in case you didn't know. I've met up with him a couple times in Chicago. Yeah, I could see where a CRX would be a tough one. That or a Miata. It'd be a tough one for you to fit in, for sure. You'd need more of a full-size car. Oh, man. Didn't mean to really talk cars too much. What about a Toyota MR2? I've owned an MR2, a turbo, one of the first ones, not the newer ones, but I've owned it was red. Never really drove it. Bought it, sat around a little bit, and then I just sold it. So those are cool though. Old school Datsun 280. You guys are dropping some cool ones. I'm more of like the early to mid 90s Hondas. I think I would probably operate in that area. Worst car for me was a Lotus Elise. Got stuck trying to get in and needed the help get out. Oops, NSX. I have owned an NSX. Ginger Down Under says that Lotus Elise was the worst one. I have not owned a Lotus, excuse me. Yeah, the NSX I bought it as a wreck, and in hindsight, I should have kept it. I still would have sold the engine and transmission. I would have probably just K swapped it, which I know people would have been, pissed off about. But I would just K swapped it and threw a turbo on it, and it would have been more reliable and everything. So, Accord wagon. I've never owned. No, I've never owned an Accord wagon. Oh, I've had multiple Integras too. Acura Integras. Again, I've had the DA all years, 90, 91, 92, 93. I've had a GSR. I've had the sedans and the hatchbacks. And then I've owned even the DC. I did a full restoration build on a DC Integra as well. Yep, owned a bunch of those. Subarus, STIs. I actually owned an Integra Type R as well. So I've had some crazy Honda builds. Many of them. Dozens of them. Those are good too. So. Paul says, when will the Notice Raven GMT collab watch coming out? I thought it was soon. Did it already not come out? I don't know. That should be coming out soon, I think. Any Golfs? No, I've owned some GTIs. Two Mark IVs. I've owned a first gen turbo Beetle, but late generation, so it was really sporty looking. and then I've owned a Mark 6 GTI, and then I had a TDI sport wagon as well. I can barely remember some of these cars I've owned. Let's see. Those are cool. GLH and GLHS. I've never owned them. I've ridden in them. I've never owned one. I've owned one Mustang. I've had a Mustang. What year was that? 87 or 88. I think it was an 88. 88 Mustang GT, white with red interior and the red stripe on the side. That was a really clean car. Ford Taurus SHO are cool. I've ridden in a bunch of Taurus SHOs. I've never owned one. Yeah, too many cars. Too many cars. I can't think of anything that was really weird that I've owned. A really old Subaru turbo car, but it had blown head gasket. It was garbage right out of the gate. So, but I can't remember if there was any really weird cars that I've owned. Probably, if you want to talk really cool. This is pretty obscure, but I'm going to show you anyway. This car here is called a Shogun. I would still, even today, I would love to own one of these or build one. You can't really own one, but it was some engineers that built it. It was basically a Ford Festiva, which I'm going to catch hell on this one too. I've owned like 3 Ford Festivas. I absolutely love those cars. I know it's ridiculous, just a little 4-cylinder, but they were indestructible. It's pretty cool. Have I owned any Audis? Did I own any Audis? I don't think so. I don't think I ever did. But the Shogun, you can see how wide it is on the back. I got to see if I can find a better picture. Oh, there's a black one. See how wide it is in the back? They took the first gen Taurus SHO engine and transmission and put it in the back and made it basically your mid-engine rear drive Ford Festiva. They widened the front too. This car was ridiculous. It really wasn't that fast. It wasn't like ridiculously fast. I mean, it was extremely fast for the size of the car, but Jay Leno still has one. I don't know how many are out there, to be honest with you. I know they didn't make very many. Oh, right there, 6. This is one of only 6 ever made. And I don't know if all 6 are still in existence because I don't know. Is that a burned down? Is that a burned down car? I don't know. So they only made 6 of them. They're pretty nuts. Let's see. Nate Dogg with the $2 super chat says down payment for a goofy watch. I guess Amy lost it. Oh. Okay. I'll see if I can find mine. It's a small watch, but I know I have it somewhere. And I don't know if it works or not. The cams are going loose and kill the motor. That's good. Jeff says he welded it. There's weird fix for some of these cars too. It's pretty silly. Yeah, the newer turbo SHOs are pretty cool. I know a few people that have those too. 3.5 twin turbo. Big car though. That's my thing, is I don't like these bigger cars. Like my Civic Si that I have now is still kind of a bigger car, but it doesn't feel like it because of the visibility out of it. It's still really good. I think I like some of these smaller cars, and I probably won't fit in them very good. I'm I'm overweight. I'm about as heavy as I've been in a long time, so I am going to drop some weight. That'll make a big difference in my life, and also fitting in smaller cars. Yeah, those are super cool as well. The Yaris GR, those aren't available everywhere. That's not a global model, but that's still a really cool car. Fedora Gent's wife wants a Mr. Peanut watch from the 60s and 70s. Need to find one. So if anybody has one in the chat, hit it up. Pump iron. That's probably going to be part of the plan. I'll probably do the calisthenics or whatever though. I'm not going to go like hardcore like you are. I don't have a gym near me, so it's very inconvenient, and I don't feel like building one. So, what is this? This is the any plans on the vid of the Seiko SRQ-047 in the future. What is that one look like? SRQ-0. I am not familiar with that one at all. Oh, did I not already do a video on this one? Oh, it's the automatic. Yeah, I don't think I've done a video on this one yet. So yeah, I'll get a hold of Exquisite. I got to get a hold of those guys probably tomorrow. I got to get a hold of Exquisite and Saltzman's and get some more watches in from them. So that'll happen. That'll happen soon. I can check on that one. So yeah, they are really cool cars. I think I need to take a break from newer cars. I need to go backwards a little bit. It's just a temporary situation where I need to like clear my mind and reminisce a little bit. So what does this read? I didn't read this. Sam says, love your channel, brother. The SHO is a brilliant sleeper of a car, but that twin turbo engine is a reliability disaster, well documented on the forums. The couple of people I know, I don't think they've had a lot of problems with them. So I think it's really cool, but yeah, I could see where it's complicated and the potential for catastrophic failure is definitely high. How much is that in American money? I don't know. Can I find, is that USA? 20 here. I'll show you. I found a USA site. It says 2,500 bucks, which quite frankly is reasonable because it's the automatic. It looks like a nice bracelet, nice case back. It looks like a nice clean design. And you're probably not really going to pay $2,500 for it. You probably get somewhat of a discount. It's a 4 hertz movement, so it's an 8R48 34 joule movement. That's a pretty cool watch. Yeah, I'll definitely do a video on this. 2,500 bucks. It's up there. It's getting up there where it's going to scare some people away, but that's okay. Fedora John says, "Oh yeah, I went a little over. That's fine." I really appreciate you guys coming in here. I softballed it. There were some things I was going to talk about, but we'll talk about it in the future. It's still really fresh. Just remember, guys, they're just watches. Focus on what's important. The clasp is milled. Here, I'll show you. It's milled. That's all milled material right there. I don't think Seiko's got some balls on them, but they're not going to give you a pressed clasp at 2,500 bucks. So I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. I know you guys probably didn't notice anything, but I went through some shit towards the end of the year, and I'm still struggling with it. So we'll get through it. And I'm excited for what 2024 is going to have to offer. There's a little bit of loom. It's not amazing, but there's loom. I think it would be better if I shut this off. Yeah, there's a little bit more loom. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I will see you on the next video.